right, go.
Okay. So, Pauline, we're going to
Yes.
start with you because you nominated your daughter, Anatasha, to be on our Free Plug Friday session. Now, before we get to her and her marvelous business, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm 60. I turned 60 last year and got
You,
married very young.
you've been a single mom pretty much, raising 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you're in your 60s right now. Are you still working? I mean, who is this woman that you've discovered is really the you, that is the true you?
When my youngest was born, when she was because I didn't have a job at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was very, very difficult. Financially, we were really very, very bad.
Yeah.
And having a second husband in my life, he's my second husband, the third one.
Okay.
For the third one, the second husband. So
Right.
he was not a responsible man. So he put me into a lot of debts and
Oh, dear.
was very difficult. And by chance, I had an offer to run a cafe for the bar room in
Oh,
the lower court
yes.
in
Okay.
Ipoh.
Yeah.
So I started in 2001 when my youngest was 3 years old.
Yeah.
So I think I became very strong because I met a lot of lawyers,
Yeah.
and I was given a lot of legal advice, and they helped me a lot financially, morally. I got a lot of support from them compared to getting any support from my family members who
Right.
don't even care whether I lived or died. See,
We
so
can't
I
choose
think
our family. We cannot choose our family. Well, some say you do before you're born if you
Yeah.
follow that route. But we can't choose our family. But you've obviously found yourself a tribe of people who've been there when you've needed to rebuild, which is
Yeah, even up to
fantastic.
today, I still run the bar room, but due to the MCO, I
Right.
have not been able to open it until on the February 4th. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's been fun working with them. Preparing their breakfast and talking, and we were like a family there already.
But
So
you were a working mom. I mean, having 3 kids.
And a 3-year-old when you started up this business. I mean, how did you juggle it? How did you handle it? Was your 3-year-old? I believe your 3-year-old is Anatasha, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, so was your 3-year-old at kindy at that
Yeah, yeah.
time? Or?
I made sure that I got for her all the morning classes so that it
Yeah.
was easy for me. You see, kindergarten was easy morning.
Yeah.
So when I finished my work half day only at about 12, I can pick her up and go back. So
Right.
I didn't have to worry about that. See,
Yeah.
then when she went to standard 1, also luckily she got morning session.
Right.
So all throughout I was lucky all the while because she'll finish half day, and even if it's like she got school holidays, she'll follow me to work and
Oh,
she'll sleep
brilliant.
on the couch there.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
everybody came to know her from the age of 3. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful. Free legal
yeah.
advice for Anatasha when she needs it. That's so brilliant. Okay, so you've got these 3 amazing children because you're an amazing mum yourself, and one day, hopefully very soon, you'll realize that. Just pushing that down your way. Um,
Thank you.
you've obviously raised kids who want to do something for themselves, carve a space in this world, and your youngest Anatasha is um, is a baker,
Yes, she
right?
is.
And you've sort of decided, I mean, you took it upon yourself to get in touch with us and say, hey, your Free Plug Friday, how about my daughter? She would never do this herself, so I'm doing it for her. So I love the fact that you're giving your daughter all the support that you never had as a daughter. I love that. So tell us why she's worthy. Tell us about your daughter and this Diva Cakes business and why it's so important.
Well, as I said, she from the age of 14, she started seeing me baking cakes, but I was not doing it like a business, just in the house. So she started having interest, and as time went by, when she was 15 in school, she will tell her friends she's baking. Some will order, So it started from there.
Right.
So as when she finished her Form 5, uh, I think she only attended one class, icing class with me, But after that, she did start studies in what did you take up? Tessel, but she couldn't cope. So she couldn't get through her diploma for that. And then she had an accident. She hurt herself
Oh
quite
no.
badly. So
What was
it's
it? What
What was the
happened?
head
accident?
injury.
Oh
Yeah, she
dear.
went out with some friends and they went and hit, I think, a barrier or something.
Oh
And the glass
gosh.
cut her. She had stitches on her head.
Oh
So she was
dear.
quite traumatized for a while.
I'm
And
sure
then
you were as well.
yeah, I was scared to death.
I'm sure.
The fear of losing your child is unbearable.
Yes.
So then after that, I told her, I said, what are you interested in?
Mm,
I said, you decide. Then she said she wanted to do culinary arts.
Mm-mm.
right.
So she went back to the same university, Quest University, to start her culinary journey. So she finished, actually she finished last year, March, and was
Right.
going to do her internship in April
Okay.
when MCO came in.
I see.
Oh, so basically
No
it
wonder.
scuppered all of her plans.
Yeah, because all the hotels,
Right.
the five-star hotels and all that, all were
Yes.
affected. Everything was like closing down, so she had to wait. And she's
Right.
still waiting until today. The
Right.
moment she gets her internship,
Right.
MCO comes in, CMCO comes in. So,
So
it's like
is her internship is it part of the actual course, so she can't get the certificate until she's gotten it?
correct. She has to
Right. So it's
finish 4
dependent.
months.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So she kind of officially, technically, she's not graduated yet.
No, not yet because of this MCO.
Oh,
So she
how
keeps getting
frustrating.
disappointed. Yeah. She got the offer. She was going to start. And
Right.
all of a sudden, these things happen. So she's still waiting.
Well, business and industries will come back. They will resume. And you know what? A piece of paper, really, if she's doing it and she's got this business that she started up that we're going to be talking to her about today, a piece of paper really, it can wait and it doesn't really matter because it's not like she can use it to go any further.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
nothing's open, nothing's happening. So,
Mhm.
it's
But she's doing quite well in the business. She gets good cake orders, all word by mouth, because there's a lot of competition now. Since the MCO, everybody has started doing baking, doing cooking.
Of course, but
So
that means also there's a lot more people who are ordering stuff, and who doesn't like a slab of cake? I know I love a slab of cake, don't you?
Cake is
You-
yeah.
You cannot leave, I'm not kidding, you cannot leave cake anywhere near this office because if he sees it, he'll be like, no, I don't want it. And then the next minute, the cake box is empty and it's like, JD, did you have cake? Oh, maybe there was only one piece left.
Does she make cheesecake?
yes, she does. Never mind. The
Habis.
next time
Habis.
when we can travel, I will make one cake and
I
bring
know.
for you.
I'm coming to Ipoh.
He's going to get in the car. How long
I'm
will it
right
take?
now.
Oh, no, you can't.
I can't go anywhere.
Not at the moment.
But how tough was it for her to actually start? I mean, this business, because the business started mainly because of the MCO, is it?
No. She started earlier. Even while she was studying, she used to get cake orders. So once
On the
MCO
side,
started,
like
Yeah.
friends ordering. Okay.
yes.
Right.
And once the MCO started, she used to post in the Facebook, and then I also help her. Then I ask my lawyers, I also send them. Then we have like promotions for the cakes. So it's been going on like this lah, for the
Did
past
she sell them in
1
the
year.
bar? Did your cafe bar? Did you sell her cakes in there?
Yes, I did. I even had a cake sale, which from there I took the money and bought a laptop for her. We
wow.
generated
Yeah.
enough.
Nice.
Yeah, and my lawyers are very, very supportive.
It's lawyer approved, man.
It's lawyer approved. Okay, in that case, we'll get on starting to talk to her about this.
Yes, sure.
Pauline, it was a pleasure speaking to you.
Yes, it was a pleasure
Pleasure
speaking
speaking to you.
I want you to stop any talk right now about you not rubbing off on your children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're an amazing mother.
Yes, you are.
Thank
an
you
amazing
so
mom.
much. Thank
right.
you.
That's-
Thank you
Satsrika,
very
Pauline.
Satsrika. Have a nice day. Stay safe.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. So, Anatasha, or Tasha, as we're going to be calling you, your mum has nominated you and Diva Cakes, which is your little enterprise, for our Free Plug Friday, because she's so proud of you and she just wants to get you out there so you can drum up more and more business. And she's like, more people need to hear about her because she makes these amazing cakes and la la la, as every mum would do, right? So,
Correct.
why don't you walk us through how Diva Cakes came about?
Okay, it started back when I was about 13, 14.
Sorry, can we stop that again? Because it's
Okay.
very bad.
Or do you want me to use my phone so that it'll be a bit more clearer?
No, it's the headphones. I think I don't know whether it's on your baju that it's crumpling, or it's on the actual plug it in the phone, the actual where it's connected in the phone. Okay. So Anatasha, or Tasha as we're going to be calling you, your mum has nominated you for your Diva Cakes. She's super proud of you. Like, you should see the messages she wrote to us. She's like, she'll never do it. She'll never put herself out there, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to push her, push her, push her. At first she was like also saying, don't tell her I pushed for her because like she'll kill me. So she's obviously someone who doesn't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but just feels like you deserve to be, you know, out there and in the public eye a bit more. So welcome, Tasha, to Free Plug Friday. This is where we
Thank you.
kind of give local businesses a free plug.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
And so much so that also she begged us not to tell you that it was her.
Yeah, it was supposed
You
to
know.
be a surprise, but my
Yes.
mom eventually told me,
Yes.
did anyone call you? So she kept on asking me a few times. And then at the end of the day, she told me, she's like, actually, LITE FM was supposed to interview you. I was like, huh? I was like, what? I was pretty surprised. I was really surprised, actually. And then when she told me that it was not going to be tomorrow, I mean, it was supposed to be yesterday, sorry.
Right.
So since it didn't happen yesterday, then she's like, we'll do it. They told you guys will do it next week. And I was like, okay lah, can, no problem. Then in the morning, she woke me up. She's like, Tasha, they want to interview you. Come, get up, get up. I was like, okay. So I went and got ready, and then we were waiting for y'all.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to pause there. Do you want to try without the headset?
I don't know.
I think let's try without the headset.
Okay.
Just because it's for some reason really like all the way through what you're saying. So we want to hear what
Okay.
you're saying. So
All right.
I think ambient sound might be better than this.
I don't know whether it's is it us?
Shall I just try like taking out my headsets
Yes, try to take out the headset.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
You guys
Mom was fine.
If it continues, no, that was crackling with mom, but not as bad. But yeah, that sounds good. Let's try it from here.
Yeah.
Better than nothing. Awesome. And if it starts again, then we'll know it's outside.
Yeah. Let's try it now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You good?
Got it. Oh no.
It's okay. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So Tasha, tell us how Diva Cakes started and why did you start it up in this iteration? Because before this, you were kind of selling stuff on the side and at Mum's Bar Cafe, there was a few pieces of your cake and you were selling that. So how did Diva Cakes come about?
So my interest started when I was like about 13, 14. I saw my mom baking cakes and I was like, oh, okay, pretty interesting. So I started learning. It wasn't easy because I used to burn the cakes and then, all sorts
Everybody
of
does,
things
yeah.
that, this, that. So a lot of things I learned like a lot from baking and all. So from the baking, I'm more to the artistic side because I love arts, I love drawing, I love coloring. So from decorating the cakes, after seeing people do it, I got the interest. I started having the interest. So I told my mom, I said, I really want to learn. I really want to learn how to decorate. And also, we were having financial issues, so we couldn't go for very expensive classes, like where they teach everything.
Mhm.
So we went to basic classes. It was in Ipoh, and they taught the most basic decoration skills. That means the very basic. So that was the only class I went, me and my mom lah.
Right.
So
That's actually quite nice that you and mum went and did a class together.
With
Like
you, yeah.
I'd love to do that. Go and do, Mom, if you're listening, let's go and do something together. Sorry, carry on. And incidentally, tell whoever's around you the house, don't do any housework. Don't make any noises because we can pick up what's happening in the other rooms.
my dad is sleeping, so he's not going to come out from the room.
Okay,
I told
okay.
No. Wait, I don't think your dad's the one making noise. So tell your mum to stop making noise and whoever else is walking around
Okay,
making noise.
Do I stop or?
her now.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So it started from there. So, I learned the basic, I started practicing on cakes. And of course, it didn't look nice at the start. It was, a bit of error here and, mistake there. I mean, I learned through that. My mom just went for that one class and then she was not interested in decorating. I was the one more into it. So as years went by, I think I started going for the class. I think I went for the class when I was about 14 or 15. I can't really remember.
Mm-hmm.
From then, I was like, okay, I think I can actually push this to a business, like start up a business, a cake business, they'll give me some pocket money or something. So
Mm-hmm.
I started baking and I started taking orders, and it was going good. But of course, along the way, there was customer dissatisfaction, customers were not happy. And then, something will go wrong when, the time is so short that sometimes something will go wrong with the cake, and I'll be like panicking. A lot of things I went through. Like, it was not easy at all. It was really not easy. So I started my Diva Cakes back in 2015. I started then.
Mm-hmm.
So it started from small, I started learning from YouTube, from books, from people. Some of my friends are bakers. So I learned from them. And I just started practicing on my own. I, started using fondant, started using different types of icing, different types of cakes that are currently trending, the
Mm-hmm.
decorations. So it is a very nice and exciting journey, but of course it's also difficult, because right now, I mean, before the MCO, not everyone knew how to bake. There were, especially in Ipoh was, like very limited bakers, like not everyone was baking. So
Right.
it was still okay, the competition was still okay. And when MCO came in, the first 3 months I really did good business, because I got with, I'm not sure whether you guys know, they have it in a loaf. They sell like for $10 or $20.
Yeah.
So
Like a loaf cake, yeah.
like that, because I am my signature cake is red velvet. So I was,
Oh, okay.
because that's the cake that I started selling, the red velvet was the cake that I started selling. So it has always been a signature cake for me. So I started selling that, and my sister, she's working in the hospital. Her colleagues were helping, and then friends were helping. So I used to get orders up to like 40 loaves per day.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
So, and I was, we was in a small kitchen, so you can imagine the workload, and it was really stressful. But and then in between, my dad had a heart attack, and then my mom had dengue and chikungunya during the MCO. So I
Oh
was
my goodness.
very, very stuck, because my dad was the one helping me to deliver. And then when he got the heart attack, he also couldn't go out because, don't want to put too much of strain on him.
Mhm.
Then my mom, she was confirmed with dengue and chikungunya, both. I was, oh my God. Mother's Day was in between the MCO period. So I had
Mhm.
only 30 plus cakes to do, because I was still learning, as I said, when as we go, we learn from our mistakes. So my mistake was taking in too many orders. So I learned from that. So, it was a very difficult journey, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot
But that's a
throughout.
good problem to have. Like
Yes.
I can't handle too many orders. Too many orders is a great thing to have.
Yeah, it's a good problem. And I think that the steep learning curve is in these times where change has to happen so fast. You having such a steep learning curve on how to manage your orders and how not to burn the cakes or whatever has been beneficial to you, right?
Yeah, it has been very beneficial, because when it comes to decorating, I'm the only one who knows how to decorate. My mom maybe knows the most basic. So, when it comes to other decorating, like some customized cakes, because I have to handle that. So, the pressure is on. The pressure is really on, doing the cakes, and then, making sure the cake looks like, I mean, like it is how the customer wants it. It's not easy. It's not easy to please customers these days, because, they expect, like, sometimes the expectations, is the one that keeps us very, pressurized because of the. So all of those things, like it has really taught me a lot. Like, especially this 1 year, waiting for my internship has been very depressing for me, because the first time when I did my foundation, it never went well because I met with an accident. And because of my accident, I had my semesters being dragged on. So I told my mom, I said, rather than wasting money, I might as well I stop, because when you extend semester, you have to pay additional, and I don't come from a very rich family, to burden my parents. So I told my parents, I said, you know what, it's okay, I'll stop for now. Because there is no point, I don't see any future also.
Mm.
So I waited for a year, and then one of my friend told me that there will be a culinary course in Quest International University. So I started that. I started and I ensured that this time I was not going to fail. I was not going to, destroy my education life. I ensured I did well. I'm a very proud person like when it comes to this, that I managed to do it well, make my parents proud. But the thing that keeps on coming and attacking me is that I have not finished my internship. It's been a year. It's going to be a year. It has been dragged. And whenever I'm going to start, MCO comes in, PKP comes in, and all those kind of things come in. So the first industry to get affected is the hotel industry because there's no, there's no customers. So what are they going to do? So they will limit down their staff. They limit down everything. So I'm also like, waiting. And then at one point, my lecturers were bugging me, why are you not joining? And I'm like telling them, I said, I've already applied. I can't do anything if they don't get back to me. So, it was quite depressing for me because I went through a lot of breakdowns in between, thinking and some of my business. So I went through a difficult time also throughout this 1 year, but I'm glad also that I was, doing my business, even though the 1 year I did not start my internship, I was so glad that I actually continued doing my business because I learned a lot of new designs, new way of doing cakes, new flavors, what are the trends coming up right now.
Yeah. I think this is something that you don't learn at school or a college
Exactly.
course, is how to keep relevant, So, as we were saying to your mom earlier, it's a piece of paper. And to be honest with you, no one's going to buy a cake and say, oh, excuse me, before I buy a cake from you, can
What's
I
your
check your
qualifications?
credentials? Yeah. Did you go to culinary
Yeah.
school? So I think that you've got this wonderful business going on and these beautifully colorful cakes, like crazy cakes.
Yeah.
So what is your daily schedule like?
So my daily schedule isn't that busy. I mean, I do get my cake orders, but because there's so much of competition, everyone is doing cakes. So my customers have dropped a little, you know. But last week was good because last week, the whole week, all 7 days, I had one order per day. So
Nice.
it was keeping me busy. But of course, there are days where I don't get orders at all. It's quite difficult to get people to buy from you. I don't say it's easy. It's quite difficult because I do a lot of promos. I single-handedly, post promos and post here, post there because no one else helps me in the social media. So I have to, post here, post there. So it's kind of difficult in that part to get people to, like, okay, I want to try your cakes.
I think that's where it's all part of also changing up what to what's relevant, because if there's someone doing something that's sort of on point right now, like sort of the durian meringue puff cake, whatever that is the thing of at the moment.
The Biscoff cheesecake. Biscoff became so famous.
Yes.
Everybody is doing, so that's why I'm trying to keep up on trends, what is currently trending, when it comes to cake designs, when it comes to cake flavors. So I'm trying to keep up to that, So yeah, it's a bit.
So tell us what are your signature flavors that basically you have right now, so that if I wanted to choose a cake from you, like what could I get? What flavors are we talking about?
I would recommend you the red velvet. That is my first recommendation, the red velvet.
Okay, I have a question about red velvet. See, JD was talking about red velvet last week, and I was saying I don't understand red velvet because it has no real flavor. And
it's chocolate.
And he's like, it's chocolate. And I'm like, I don't taste the chocolate and I don't get it.
Okay, actually for red velvet, the original recipe, it comes from beetroot.
Yeah.
Yummy.
So if you ask me, red velvet it doesn't follow any taste. It doesn't taste like chocolate. It doesn't taste like this. It has its own unique taste to it. Because when you combine the cream cheese to it, it gives you a totally different taste. Not every cake has that kind of taste, But of course, I don't use beetroot. I don't know how it is, but it has its own unique taste, I would say. It doesn't follow like, oh, if this is chocolate, this is durian, or this is mango. No, it has its own unique taste.
Wait, so that
maybe
means the red velvets I've been eating, the
Uh-huh.
chocolatey ones, those are the wrong ones?
If it tastes more like chocolate, it's actually not supposed to taste more like chocolate.
I've been eating the wrong one.
Okay, so you've been eating the wrong ones. But I tell you, I love beetroot. I love beetroot so much that I think I will give red velvet another shot if I can find a proper red velvet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is one here. Yeah.
You love my red velvet. I am that confident.
Oh, really? Okay, well, we should have to arrange a
should,
trip
yeah.
to Ipoh then. Okay, so, but carry on. I interrupted you. You've got red velvet on offer. What else?
Okay, I've got my chocolate brownies with Nutella, and also, of course, the butter cake. The butter cake. We have fruit cake. We have also pandan cake. Pandan cake with gula melaka cream cheese frosting. That is one.
Ooh.
And I think these are the five, I would say, the best five, I would say.
Are there some cakes that take longer to make
Yes,
compared to others?
cakes that will take, I wouldn't say longer to bake, but the process of making the cake is longer.
Right, the pre.
It's almost the same with others. So you put in for 180 degrees Celsius, you bake it for 20 to 30 minutes. That's a basic timeline. But when you want to make a cake, making the batter, sometimes it takes a longer process. Sometimes, you have to, there's a lot of ingredients where you have to be very accurate. You must make sure, it's mixed properly. Because, as they say, some cakes have pantang larang, something
Okay.
like that. So
What
if
does
you
that
don't,
mean?
You gotta
That-
explain, but there are do's and don'ts.
yeah,
Right, okay.
and don't. So you have to ensure that the ingredients are correct, the measurements are correct. So it will take a longer process to make the cake, but to
Okay.
bake.
When you do that though, which one is the toughest to make?
I would say the fruit cake.
Okay, so let's just say you have a lot of fruitcake orders, especially during Christmas, because people like fruitcakes during Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
how does it work? So let's say you have a lot of fruitcake orders. Do you start at like 6 a.m. and then not sleep until the next day to make all these fruitcakes? How does it work?
So for fruit cake, one of the advantages you can always make it earlier. You know why? Because usually we infuse it with rum or brandy, of any kind of alcohol. We infuse it in. So if you bake it like a month before, okay, a month before. So what we do is we keep every day we top up like maybe 2 tablespoons of brandy or rum. So as we season it more, the taste will be even more nicer. So we can make it earlier. Fruit cakes, one thing you can make early, you can keep in the fridge.
Right.
That's a good thing. So if let's say I were to have 20 orders for Christmas, I will start probably 4 to 5 days before. I won't start like 1-2 days before, because I know I can't finish it within the 2 days. So I start it earlier. So if I start earlier, then I infuse the cake, and when I give it to the customer, it tastes nice.
I ask only because I'm trying to figure out whether there are times when you haven't slept overnight
Yeah.
because there was too much work to do.
It was during Mother's Day where I started in the morning about 9 o'clock. I finished at 12:01, and then I wake up again at 4:05, and then I start doing back again. I had a very, very serious breakdown, like a very bad breakdown after that incident, because I was too tired,
Yes.
in orders at that night. I started crying because I was in pain already, it was really tiring.
Yeah,
Kick
that
here, kick there.
pressure, exhaustion, no sleep. Yeah, it's about enough to make it.
Those who are doing business like baking, especially if they have a lot of orders, you can forget about sleep lah. You can forget about you can forget about your lazing time. You have to fully consider it, because if you go out of your time, you won't be able to finish it, and that's where problems will come in. Customer will be
So you need to figure out your scheduling. That's part of the business that you need to deal with also, right? You need to schedule what works, what doesn't. And then sometimes when you get an order, do you ever say, I don't think I can do your cake? Do you ever say that?
If I have to be honest, if I can't do the cake, I will tell them, I'm very sorry, but I won't be able to take in this order, or I won't be able to do this design. I don't want to take in something, and then when I know I cannot do it, and when I give it to them, they're not happy. So instead of going through that, I'll just tell them, like, I'm very sorry, I can't do this cake, or I can't follow this design. Do you have anything else, or can I share some of my design? So I interact with my customers in that way, so
Yeah.
that I know what do they want and what I can do also. So we come to a conclusion. So that's how I with my customers lah. If let's say I have to tell them.
What's your favorite flavor of cake that you could eat every day?
To be honest, I don't even eat my cakes that I'm not a cake fan. I don't buy on a daily basis and crave for cakes. No, I don't even eat the cakes that I make. I rasa muak. That means I don't even like eating it. Like
Jelak already.
because so many years, it's going to be like 8 years I've been baking the same thing over and over again. So I can't eat that. Of course, my parents, my friends, they all love it. But when they ask me to eat, I'll be like, no, it's okay. I think you guys can
Go
carry.
ahead.
I suppose it's like accountants. Don't let me look at numbers when I'm at home. I don't want
Yeah.
to look at numbers anymore.
True,
Exactly.
true. Okay, so what are your plans for the business moving forward? I mean, there's nothing you can do. You got to just wait for that internship to come, and maybe you'll even decide, meh, I don't even need it for now,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to focus on Diva Cakes. Like, what are your plans? Are you going to bring in new flavors? Are you testing new flavors at the moment? Are you going to do a different shaped cake? I mean, biscuits,
Or start a
cookies?
shop.
Yeah.
Okay. My plan is actually I'm just waiting for my internship to end so that I can actually concentrate fully on my business because I have a lot of plans. I have plans, opening maybe a bakery supply shop, because in KK Road there is no bakery supply shop. So, I was telling my mom maybe, in future, maybe 1-2 years down the road, I thought of opening a shop or maybe opening a cake bar. I was having that thought of mine lah, where we sell cakes and we also sell alcohol, some combination like that, something different, that no one else has thought. So a lot of these things I have been thinking and, I have a lot of plans. So the only thing that's currently like, slowing down my movement is my internship because I'm still stuck with that, I'm still stuck there. I need to complete it because once I'm done with that, I'm free. I'll be able to do what I need to do for my business.
So basically, this Free Plug Friday is two-pronged. Number one, if you're a hotel and you want to hire someone for an internship, get in touch with Anatasha.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
yes.
number one. Let her get the internship done.
Because she's got lots of plans and she just needs to finish that.
Yes.
Because
And
I just want to get my certificate, and at least I will feel like, okay, I've accomplished my diploma, I don't have to drag it. It's quite frustrating, drag for 1 year. I have friends who have already finished. So I'm a bit like,
I know, Tasha, but you know what? There's so many people out there who are like, in the middle of not being able to complete stuff also. I think that, it might help you to just think, I'm not the only one who hasn't been able to finish this. Doesn't make it any less
hard.
stressful or hard, but it's like, I can get ahead. And sometimes people think I have to do one thing before I can do another. Actually, that's not true. You could do look at JD. He has like plates spinning on doing all sorts of things all at the same time. It's about management, right? So actually your certificate and your internship is not technically holding you back. It's just you think you have to do that before anything else. So that would just be my one word of auntie advice.
And really, you know what? Internship, you get a little bit of allowances, right? You're making more money doing this than an internship,
Owens. Right now, for hotels, those internship students, they are not, I would say about 90% of the hotels are not providing allowance.
Which is why Diva Cakes is so important. So tell us, in terms of taking your business moving forward, with what you have right now, okay, what are some of the best sellers on your menu? What new things would you like to start baking or testing? And why should we order cakes from Diva Cakes?
Yes.
Okay, so of course, the best sellers are the brownies, the red velvet, the butter cake. I would say these three throughout this 1 year, this three has been, best selling. And I would want to try making the Biscoff cake. I would want to try making the Nutella cake. There's also this gulab jamun cake that I would really want to.
Yes, please.
Gulab jamun is like that's really, really sweet dessert in Indian restaurants.
Yeah.
Right.
I also like to try fusion cakes, like what I was saying, the gulab jamun cake. It's with full of spices, and like how you drink chai.
Yeah, chai cake would be nice.
Spices are in the cake, so when you have a bite of it, it tastes like cha. And then you have gulab jamun. So I would like to try this kind of cakes because not everyone knows how to do it, and not everyone is doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're saying?
I was just gonna say, or they use like the face premix spice packet. If you know how to make proper char with the milk and everything like that, I think that would be delicious. And if you need a tester, I'll send you my office details.
QC is right here.
To KL and give it to you.
Wow.
So these are the things that I would want to try. Of course, there's a lot I can't think of it. I've come across and I was like, wow, I got to try this. So, and of course, why buy from me? Because first thing, it's homemade. I'm not, it's not a shop. Second thing is, I am confident with my cakes. Like I know my cakes taste good. I want people to try, to give it a chance. I want people to give me a chance. All you got to do, people got to do is try it. There's no harm in trying. If it's a $10 cake, why not? Just try. You never know. Maybe you might like it, you might not like it. From there, sorry.
How cheap do you, what's the price range for your cakes, actually, if you don't mind me asking?
Range goes from 10 ringgit to probably 80 ringgit. 10 to, it depends lah. It depends because like the 10 ringgit is just the loaf. So I'm going to start from there. So that's the cheapest. Anyone can buy it actually. It's 10 ringgit. Okay, if you were to say a whole cake, yeah, people will be like, okay, should I get it or not? But I sell it in smaller quantities for people to like 1 2 people to eat.
So your fancy designed cakes, the fancy colored ones that are just like completely just crazy colors, like how much would something like that cost?
If we were talking about a customized cake, it can go up to about let's say if it's just a single cake, it can go up to about 100 something, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience to do the cake. People, some customers do not understand, people will be like, why is it so expensive? Can't you give it a cheaper? But people need to understand that the time that we put in for the cake, the effort that we put in for the cake, that's why we charge you like that.
Actually, you know what? KLites here will say, actually, that's quite reasonable, 100 over.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest with you, just stick to your guns because, it is the time, it is the effort, it is a home baked cake. It's a small artisanal bakery that you have. And so therefore, yeah.
I want to order, man.
Yeah, so do I. It's a shame that there's no like express delivery from Ipoh.
How do we order from you?
We have delivery, but of course, I wouldn't suggest cakes. Maybe brownies would be a bit more better lah, because
travel friendly.
Yes, correct. If I send you a red velvet, by the time you receive it, it won't look like a cake already.
Look like
gone velvet.
Gone velvet. Yeah. Okay, so how do people order cakes from you? What's the process?
Okay, so I have I of course have my social media. I have my Instagram, which is Diva Cakes, and also I have on Facebook. Facebook isn't so active, but I do have a page there. That page is called Trendy Diva Cakes. Actually, my previous business name was supposed to be Trendy Diva Cakes. That's what I started, but I decided to shorten it, so I just cut off the trendy and I put the Diva Cakes.
I like it because it works.
To pronounce, and it's not too long. So I was like, okay, I think Diva Cakes would be better.
So to order, it's via Instagram, or do we text you? Do we go online or what?
So people usually in my Instagram, I have my number there, and I also have a WhatsApp link, so people can directly text me. So they just have to click on the WhatsApp link, and it gets connected to my WhatsApp.
Okay. Gotcha. So head on over to Diva Cakes then and WhatsApp you the orders. All right. JD, do you want to explain?
Yes. I'll tell you what now, though.
Is your mom around? Call your mom here.
Ask your mom to come back, yeah.
Okay, just a moment, Amma. A moment.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back.
Again.
Now, here's the thing. Because, Mom, you nominated your daughter for Free Plug Friday, for Diva Cakes to be on Free Plug Friday. What we do is we love to have a chat with you, but also something that Asha and I do for you for free is that we come up with a radio ad for you as well. That you can have, you can use it, you can put it on your Instagram page or whatever it is that you want to use. And this is what it's going to sound like. You ready?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I want cake! Give me cake!
Diva.
What?
Diva.
No, I said cake!
Dear, I think he means Diva Cakes.
Diva.
Yes, cupcakes, loaf cakes, bright, big, sparkly themed cakes. Any cake you could think of, really.
Diva.
WhatsApp Diva Cakes at 016-569-1344. No calls, please.
Diva.
Enjoy life and eat cake.
You got to order from Diva.
Oh my God, that is so nice. Thank you guys so much.
You like it then?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
of course.
perfect.
Must
Wow.
be you and JD's voice, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, JD was the one who kind of came up with the idea, and we quickly recorded it just it's for fun thing,
Yeah.
but hopefully you can use it. And
Yeah. I
Nice.
apologize for my bad singing. Okay, but my
It was good. It was good. It was
I
good.
enjoyed it.
It was good.
but you know what? We hope that everyone in Ipoh will start ordering from you, and if it's available, you said that the brownies it's travel friendly. You can deliver to KL as well. KLites anywhere
yes,
order Diva Cakes because it's gonna be amazing. And also, if you're gonna hire Anatasha for internship, do so as well.
yes, exactly. We've got an intern just waiting to intern here.
Anatasha, any last words you want to say to Malaysia?
I would say, guys, please support small businesses. We are trying to grow, we are trying to learn new things. And I don't think it's going to cost you much for supporting businesses like how I have right now. So I'm really hoping, people will listen and people are willing to get it from me, especially Ipoh people. My
Kita
target is,
jaga kita.
Kita
yes,
jaga kita, exactly.
hashtag.